What is going on, guys? Duranathor here, and welcome back to the modded playthrough of Forbidden Memories. I've dueled Simon, I think it was 20 times, and then SA-teched Villager 3 twice, just to get a few equips, traps, things like that. I've got the majority of the deck is Spellcasters and Fiends, and a couple of Thunders. I finally found out what fuses with the Magician of Black Chaos to make the Magician of Chaos. It is the Thunders. I tried Fairy, I tried the Labyrinth War, I tried putting another Fiend onto it. I think I then tried, like Insect, just because I still had them in the deck. Nothing worked, so I thought, you know what, I'll put just one of each type in, and then each time see what works. And the Thunders worked, but I only had 2 of them. I managed to get a couple more of the contract with Exodias. Now I know what they do now, so hopefully I'll be able to show you. I got the Dark Energy and some Black Pendants. I did get another Raigeki and some Widespreads. I think I got quite a few like Raigekis, and no, I got 2 Raigekis and 3 Widespreads, but I don't just want to put them in and stroll through it. I'll put in the Yammies eventually. They aren't too good for this sort of beginning part of the game. They'll mainly be for the high mages and things to change the field in my favour. I got Crush Card, I got Dark Hole, Dean Keter, Dragon Capture Jar, and as you can see, quite a few Fiends, quite a few Spellcasters. You can only have 1 of each piece of Exodia in. I've only got the Head of Exodia and then 2 of the contracts, because the contracts make different monsters when you fuse them with the limbs than if you fuse it with the head, but head and contract makes a 4,000. It makes Exodia Necros. With the limbs, it makes a 3,000. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Exodius the Ultimate Forbidden Lord, which is quite ironic because it's only a 3,000 compared to Necros. If you put a contract on the Ultimate Forbidden Lord, it makes a 4K, 4,000. I can't remember its name, but it was in red, so you can't put another contract on to make it like 5,000. So I'm just going to have 1 of the heads and 2 of the contracts, because if you can make a free 4K, you might as well make a free 4K. And then I can just throw the other one away. So, save it here. And we had to go and meet Seto at the Doorground. You still fight, if you choose to, you still fight Jono first, you then fight Seto, and then you do the whole thing with Haishin and go into the World Tournament. I've got a Word document, I have a second monitor set up. I've got a Word document open with the fusions that I've discovered. So, for instance, like the Spellcaster and Fiends, and then the Thunder to make the Magician of Chaos. I will probably need to look at that once or twice in a while, just to make sure. So if I do look to the side, that's why. A hand full of Spellcasters, you gotta love it. Just get rid of a Copycat and play a Daisojo. Just because it's a 2/2. I can't really remember what Joey plays. He doesn't fuse. So can he just outright? No. I think that's like a Labyrinth Wall or something. Speaking of Labyrinth Wall, I think I'm just going to play mine. Just as a 3k defense. There it is. Fusing. Wardigrapher. Fire? Guildford the Lone. I don't know if that would count as a fire. It probably counts as a dragon. So it's a 2/8. A piece of one of the contracts. Because I've got a Fiend, I think I get rid of the contract and a Spellcaster. Because I'm more likely to draw one of the, like, 18 Fiends than I have. Plus another fire. Flame Swordsman, a 3/5. Okay, this could be tricky. That's the Thunder, so mine's a 3/6. But I need another Fiend, so let's get rid of one of the Shoujus. Kind of strange how Guildford then goes into Flame Swordsman. But, hey ho, Flame Swordsman is huge. A Fiend, please. Cool. So yeah, Spellcaster, Fiend, Fiend, Thunder. Makes Apprentice of Chaos. With the Fiend makes Magician of Black Chaos. With the Thunder makes Magician of Chaos. I kind of feel like it should have done it the other way around. The Magician of Chaos should have been the weaker one. The Black Chaos should have then been the stronger. But I can take out his 3/5 Swordsman. And I got the Raigeki just in case. That's rude. I can make a 2/8 here, so let's do that. And as I mentioned in the last video, once you know the fusion line that you want to go for, it's nice and easy to remember it. It's just finding out the initial line. Warrior and Fiend, Archfiend Soldier. I think he can kill something I played. Yeah, Labyrinth Wall. I'm a 2/6 and a 2/4, this is 5k. Let's set the Raigeki. From how many spellcasters I've drawn, I may have to take out 1 or 2 and put in another Fiend or 2. I might take out 2 spellcasters, put in 2 Fiends. Then saying that, I think I've got the same amount of each, so I think I've just been unlucky with the draw. So Jono defeated. Big Shield Gardener was a good pull to get, just because it's a 2600. And on to Seto. I honestly can't remember what Seto played either. Mainly because I got past everything quite quickly. I'm going to set the Raigeki to be completely on the safe side. And see if he does like a full fusion line. Kiryu. 2400. I've got my Magician of Chaos ready. Which I'm going to do. If he just keeps making Kiryu, I think I'm good. Cybersaurus. Could just completely boost the Magician of Chaos, but I don't feel like that's the best thing to do yet. Because I've got the Raigeki, if I do need it. Is it 5136? Let's just Raigeki him. I would be happy about the Tremendous Fire, but that is the 4th one. We've beaten Seto. So, from what I remembered of this, they were fusing a lot more in the 2.6 version. Maybe it was changed just to make it a bit more, like, friendly. Because I remember coming up against Seto when he fused like a 3000, just outright fused a 3000. And obviously at that point, you don't really know what you're fusing unless you've gone into free duel and done loads of different things like that. I know Duel Master K's there to kind of show you what fusions you have in your deck, but you need to draw like those specific 3 or 4 cards. So I'm guessing he's made it so they fuse less. We saw with Jono, he fused with things that were already on the board, so they know that the fusions work. I guess he doesn't. The person who created the mod doesn't want you to just be coming up against 3,000, 4,000 attacks every single duel. I guess at this point, unless, like with myself, it's the same line through, so like Spellcaster Fiend, Fiend makes a 2800, you'd be fine taking on the 2400 Kiryus. If he had fused something again, I think it goes into Dark Eyes Black Dragon, which is a 2900. I don't know, I kind of preferred it where you came up against like the 3000, 3500 at this point. It made it a consistency throughout the game. But on the flip side, I also like that this feels a bit easier, as it did in the original game as well. It's not as easy as the original game. In the original game, you fuse one thing and like that's it. You make a Mystical Sand and you can just breeze through the entire thing, unless you get really unlucky and Seto plays Gaia. But even then, you've got your Raigeki, you've probably got like a field spell at that point, and you just then make a Stone D and put it in defense mode, because you're going to have a dragon and a rock as well. I guess it makes sense. So, judging it from this, rather than them doing the whole fusion line, I'm guessing they do a fusion line of 2 to make the yellows in Egypt, the first Egypt. The World Tournament, I'm gonna guess they do a 3rd to make it the orange. So, for example, if he was playing the Kiryu, he would put something with it. I know it makes Dark Eyes Black Dragon, but I don't know what goes with Kiryu to make Dark Eyes. So I'm guessing you fight like the oranges, and then when you do the high mages, I'm guessing you fight the reds. So, like, the Flame Swordsman that was there, I imagine Jono second just constantly fuses to make Flame Swordsman, because by that point you should have a couple of quips and enough knowledge in the game to go into, like, I can hear the Magician of Chaos. Tell you what, we'll tell him this time. No, we won't. What's my train of thought? Yeah, so I said Jono second, I imagine just instant fuses Flame Swordsman. I guess it also makes sense, because if you were coming up against the people in Egypt, and they were doing their 4-line fusion straight away, much like Flame Swordsman and the Magician of Chaos, they're only 3,500, 3,600. If you can hold on to a Raigeki, or Widespread Ruin it, that was weird. You can probably S-Tech and A-Tech really, really, really easy. When I came up against the Villager, he was only fusing like 2 cards at once, so it took about 15 turns to deck him out. It took quite a long time, and then I got like 6 spell or traps. I didn't get as good as you should do. If they were fusing 4 cards each turn, they would only have about 10 turns that you'd have to survive. So like a face down Raigeki means you get rid of 2 of their things, a Widespread means you get rid of the 3rd, you can then just throw like a weak thing in defense, or like I can here, you just Exodia piece with a Contract of Exodia for either a 3k or a 4k, and you'd just be able to sit behind that and then SA tech them really easy because they'd fuse like 4 things at once. It was my 6th Tremendous Fire, wow. Stop defense, did he drop like, dropped Fish and Aqua mainly, but he did drop a little bit of everything. I'm going to try my best to beat this guy. You may think that because I confused to make a 3-6 that this guy's going to be easy, because he plays like me or Black Dragon, or he plays Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, things like that. Huh. Trust me. This guy's still very, very hard for this point in the game. But he hasn't fused. No, because he has played Shinato. Just straight out Shinato. I need to draw one of my 2 Thunders. So 3, 3, 3, 8. I think I just go for it and hope I draw something. I mean, like, you're supposed to lose this. This is probably my favourite piece, if not like second favourite piece of music from this game. Raigeki buys me time, and if I draw the Thunder then, I should be okay. So I have to draw one of my 2 Thunders, and hope he doesn't play anything bigger than 4-3. Okay! It's kind of frustrating, because I can make a 4-3 myself. Just gonna suicide in, because you're supposed to lose. The reason Gate Guardian's boosted is because it's treated as a fiend in this rather than a warrior. But then it is still 500 bigger than it's supposed to be. I think Gate Guardians are 4,250. So, from previous knowledge, a lot of the Egyptians, like Tayana, the first time I did this with the fairies and things in the 2.6, Tayana was dropping Dark Witch, and I think she also dropped Wing Weaver, so, shatter it. So, I just dueled her a ton, and then just needed Wing Weaver and a Fiend to make Shinato. Whereas in this, you need... Like, it hasn't dropped any of the yellows. I don't think I've even got any blues from them. So you have to have, like, your entire fusion line. So like I had there, you had to have, like, a Spellcaster and 2 Fiends. Previously, instead of, like, the Fairy and 2 Winged Beasts, you could just have Wing Weaver and Fiends, which meant you could have more things like Crush Card, Raigeki, more widespread ruins. And it was just a bit easier to go through the game. So I like the kind of difficulty adjustment where you're not getting the yellow cards yet. I imagine you start getting the yellow cards from the people in the Grand Tournament. Whether or not it's the first 4 from the Grand Tournament, or whether or not it's not the... It is the Grand Tournament. Or whether it's not, it's all of them. Maybe towards the end, like Pegasus, Shizu, and Seto... Kaiba, sorry, might drop some of the oranges, but I imagine you get the yellows from the tournament, the oranges from the mages, and then the reds from the final 6 after you've beaten the game. I could be wrong, but that is the way that I see it. I kind of hope that way, because then there's definitive points for you to grind. So now that I've done Egypt, I should probably go back and grind a bit if I hadn't already have done it. So because I knew Simon dropped the Fiends and the Spellcasters that I needed, I just dueled him straight away. Could have done it before I did Taya and everything, but I didn't want to duel just Simon and then cut the part. I don't really need to fight Seto, and I also don't need to fight Jono. I am going to battle Rex here, just to see if he does drop some yellows. I'm obviously going to save before I do it. And if he does, I might go and do a couple free duels against him, because that means he probably fuses a bit more, so this might be where you start doing your A-Tex, S-Tex. That's World Championship rather than Grand Tournament. That was close. I said it's the same storyline, so... As Yugi, you have to collect the Millennium Pieces to be able to help you go back to your own time. I'm going to save and then go fight Rex. Even if I lose against Rex, I'm going to keep it in, just because then it might show like the difficulty jump. I'm assuming Rex does something with dinosaurs? Maybe he does something with Red Eyes, because he was the one that Joey won Red Eyes from. We'll find out. I think Red Eyes is a 2900 in this, so there is quite a big jump comparing you only come up against like 2 3s and 2 4s. Let's set the Raigeki. See what he makes. Yeah, he's Fusion 3 now. Komori Dragon, Rock, Red Eyes. Okay. Orange? Orange. Okay, so yeah, I think I've got it right. I imagine that most of the World Tournament people will be doing their orange cards. Let's just get rid of these two. I experimented while I was dueling Simon as well, and... Is he making hit? Trihorn Dragon. Is that Reptile Dragon? Dragon? 2850. That is my favourite card. I love Trihorn Dragon. Can I make it 27? But I don't really feel like it's worth doing. Exodia doesn't fuse with Ferrolimp to make the Apprentice of Chaos. So, I know this is going to seem a bit strange, but I'm going to put the equip onto my Havelo, just so I draw another card. And then Raigeki. So yeah, as I was saying, it seems these guys are going to be using the orange, like the third fusion line. So hopefully that means they drop some of the yellows. So, for instance, he might drop things like Komori Dragon, which then saves you having to do the Dragon and the Fiend. You can just Komori Dragon with a rock to make Red Eyes. Another Fiend, that's handy. Mine's a 2/8 though, isn't it? May have to get rid of Exodia, but then if I draw the contract, it just makes you like... Let's just set a Midnight Fiend. Dragon. Would have been nice if he didn't attack, but... Nah, I should have got rid of the Exodia as well. Let's just try this. Hopefully he doesn't attack. Is that another... yeah, Trihorn. Cool, so it looks like I should probably go back and get some Thunders. Don't really know who dropped the Thunders. So it's 2900. I mean, like, I can beat him. I know that I can beat him. I'll see if I got given any Thunders. No, still only 2. How many of each do I have? 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 16 and 12. So let's take out 2 of them. Put in 2 of them. I'm going to try one more time, as I do have time. I guess I could put in like the Yamis. The Dragon Capture Jars would be helpful, the Dark Hole, but I'm going to try it like this, and then after go and go and do some duels to get some thunders. And then probably have like 12, 12, and 8. That seems like a good... Let's get rid of 2 fiends. So now I've got the dark energy, I can make it a 3-3. Red Eyes. See, Red Eyes is an orange, so I don't know what else you would put with it. Wait, that were close. Don't know what else you would put with it as sort of its next in line. There's Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. Red Eyes Metal Dragon. I imagine it would be a Fiend to make Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. And then obviously a Machine to make Red Eyes Dark Metal Dragon. Put the Labyrinth Wall down, maybe entice him to attack it. Maybe the AI is a little bit smarter on this side to it as well, because before they would just like flat out fusing every single turn. Maybe because they know that they can't beat the cards that are there. Set this face down for when I draw the Head of Exodia. Because it knows it can't beat the cards that are there, it's just not fusing every turn, so it doesn't deck itself out. Okay. As I say that. Make another 3-3. Should be good to win this. I know if you write Gekis, I'm now in a bit of trouble. Okay. Another Red Eyes. Oh my, right, Geki. Let's just finish it. So it'd be interesting to see if he drops things like Komori Dragon, and I think the other one was Armored Lizard. Any of the yellows. He did drop a blue. It could be that I didn't A S-Bow, which is why he doesn't drop the yellows. I have no idea what Crawling Dragon number 2 being a blue means that it goes into. I may find out on sort of another run through. That was close. But I am going to finish this here. I'm going to dual Rex a little bit, try and A&S power him, see if he does drop some yellows. Then if he does, I imagine it would probably be... I'm going to guess Bakura that would drop the Spellcaster type ones, just because it's Yami Bakura, so like dark, but then he could also have zombies. So I really don't know who's going to have the Spellcasters. I'm going to go and dual Rex a bit. I'm probably going to try and find out where I got some of the Thunders as well, just to get some Thunders to make Magician of Chaos a little bit easier, because when you only got 2 Thunders, a bit difficult. That is everything for this part. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.